being seen by many as a proxy battle over the Trump administration and Elon Musk. Groups tied to Musk have already spent more than $15 million to help Schimmel win.
This just in, Elon Musk just offered $1 million checks to people who voted in Wisconsin's Supreme Court election. Yeah, seriously. He tried to delete the evidence, but not before the Attorney General stepped in with a lawsuit on the way. So here's the real question. Is our democracy really safe when billionaires think they can just buy the results they want? He decided it was a great idea to just buy a state Supreme Court election. Yep, I wish I was exaggerating. He posted on X, his platform formerly Twitter, that he was holding an event in Wisconsin right before the Supreme Court election and was going to give out $1 million checks to 2 people. But here's the catch. He said that this event was only open to people who had voted in the election, not who they voted for, not even what side they were on. Just the act of voting would qualify you to enter the event. And inside, you might be handed a literal $1 million check from Elon Musk himself. Sound familiar? That's because it's the definition of election bribery. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, there's no way that's legal, you're absolutely right. This isn't a get out the vote campaign. It's not like handing someone a sticker or giving away free pizza at a polling location. This is cold, hard cash being dangled in front of voters. And it's not coming from some grassroots organization. It's coming from one of the wealthiest and most politically connected men in the world. That's not democracy. That's a dystopian episode of Black Mirror.
Matt, this election is breaking records for political spending on both sides. Why are we seeing so much focus here and so much money going into this race?
Yeah, Diane, good morning. It is an insane amount of money that we've seen spent here.
And believe it or not, this isn't Elon's first time pulling this stunt. He tried something eerily similar in Pennsylvania just a few months ago. Same playbook, host an event around an election, offer insane rewards or promises, and hope no one calls it what it is, election interference. The difference this time, he finally got caught red-handed, and people are paying attention. While Musk might be playing games, the Attorney General of Wisconsin, Josh Kaul, isn't. In the state of Wisconsin, there's a very clear law. You can't offer anything of value to induce someone to vote or refrain from voting. It doesn't matter if you're giving away a gift card, a cup of coffee, or, like Elon in this sense, a check for $1 million. If it's tied to voting in any way, it's illegal, plain and simple. Now, Elon might think he's above the law, but that tweet didn't just raise eyebrows. It sent legal alarms ringing all over the place, and Josh Kaul wasted no time. The Attorney General announced that he would be taking legal action immediately. He said his office was seeking a court order to stop this madness and ensure that Wisconsin's election remained safe, secure, and, most importantly, fair. But here's where it gets really telling. Elon panicked. You could practically hear the screeching tires as he slammed the brakes on his own tweet. He deleted the post almost as fast as he put it up and quickly tried to walk it back. He posted a new version, claiming the checks weren't for voters anymore, but for petition signers instead. And instead of rewarding people for voting, he said the $1 million giveaways were now just going to be for spokespeople. Sure, Elon. Look, I don't know about you, but to me that screams, I got caught. I mean, imagine having so much money and so little shame that you genuinely think you can buy your way out of an election law violation just by changing a few words in a social media post. But that's how billionaires like Musk operate. They break the law, delete the evidence, and then act like nothing happened. Elon's damage control was a complete joke. After getting dragged across the internet and facing the threat of legal action, he suddenly tried to pretend that the event was never about rewarding voters. Nope, it was now about petition signers. Just regular folks standing up against so-called activist judges. But even that story didn't add up. Why would you offer millions to random petition signers at an event held days before an election? Then came the next twist. Elon claimed he wasn't just handing out checks to anyone. These people were going to be spokespeople for his campaign against activist judges. It was all about free speech, not bribery, he argued. Again, please, no one's buying that, Elon, not even the courts. Elon Musk is worth more than $200 billion. The idea of him scrambling, rewriting posts, and trying to cover his tracks like a teenager who got caught throwing a house party while his parents were out, it's pretty laughable. He looked guilty, plain and simple. The kind of guilty where your first instinct is to delete the evidence and hope no one screenshotted it. Spoiler alert, the internet is forever, Elon. This is the textbook behavior of a man who knows he crossed the line, who knows he might finally have to face some consequences. And honestly, it's about time. Because this thing isn't just about one dumb tweet. It's about a pattern of behavior from someone who thinks being rich means he can do whatever he wants. Why this particular state Supreme Court election? Why is the world's richest man so invested in a race most Americans haven't even heard of? Well, the answer is simple: power.
A liberal justice is retiring, so this flips the balance, either liberal or conservative. And you look at a number of hot-button issues, whether it be congressional maps, whether it be voting rights, union rights, abortion, all of this could come before the state Supreme Court.
Elon Musk isn't just throwing money around because he's bored. He's already funneled $20 million into this election. Let that sink in. $20 million. And it's all going to support Trump-backed Brad Schmill, a conservative candidate who just so happens to be aligned with Elon's business interests and political goals. This isn't about ideology, it's not about policy, it's about controlling the judiciary. Elon wants to stack the Wisconsin Supreme Court with judges who will rule in his favor, whether it's for corporate lawsuits, state regulations, or any case that touches on his business empire. And there's more to it than just political alignment. Let's not forget, Tesla recently sued the state of Wisconsin. The timing's suspicious, to say the least. Just 8 days after Elon Musk's lawsuit, he tweeted that it was very important to vote Republican for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's not just coincidence. That's a calculated move to install judges who can protect his personal and corporate interests. You'd think a man who owns a rocket company would be smart enough to hide his trail better, but nope, he's just out here doing it in plain sight.
So, Matt, where is that money going?
Yeah, I think that's even more than 80 at this point, and as you referenced, estimates of more than $100 million.
Let's not forget Brad Schmill, the guy Elon's backing, was literally bragging about begging billionaires for money. He even joked about wearing out his knee pads while groveling for donations. That's who Musk chose to pour millions into, a guy who dresses up as Donald Trump for Halloween and sells himself to the highest bidder. So when people say this race isn't partisan, don't buy it. The values are loud and clear. Elon Musk is not trying to support democracy. He's trying to bend it, twist it, buy it, own it. Because when you own the judges, you own the system. That's the game plan. And if he gets away with it in Wisconsin, you better believe he'll do it again in other swing states. That's why this race matters, not just for Wisconsin, but for every single state that values free and fair elections. Look, I get it. On the surface, a state Supreme Court race in Wisconsin might not sound like a big deal. I mean, it's not a presidential election, it's not a Senate seat, and most people outside of Wisconsin probably haven't even heard of the names Susan Crawford or Brad Schmill. But here's the thing, this race matters more than you think, and the reason is simple. It's a test run.
Local broadcast station here across the state of Wisconsin, you are inundated with political type ads for what is technically a nonpartisan judicial race, but this is a full-on political race at this point. You're seeing door knocking, you're seeing canvassing, get out the vote efforts.
If Elon Musk and his buddies on the far right can pull this off, if they can literally flood a local race with billionaire money, offer voter bribes, twist the law, and walk away with a conservative judge on the bench, what's stopping them from doing it in every state? Nothing. That's the danger here. This isn't just about winning one seat, it's about creating a blueprint for 2026 and 2028, when the stakes are going to be even higher. So what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.